edition of Easy Eats for Everyone. I'm Chef Stephanie, your culinary arts manager, and today we are going to be making vegan miso soup. In order to get ready, make sure you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, pull your hair up or put on a hat, and if you can't social distance, wear a mask. Alright, so the ingredients that you're going to need today for your miso soup is going to be a whole bunch of water. We're going to be using 12 cups of water today. You're also going to need to chop up some green onions, about 1.5 cups. You are going to want to cut some seaweed into either strips or small squares. I got this seaweed here at Wegmans. You can also get it at the Asian food market. You're also going to need a block of tofu. I recommend the extra firm, but the firm will work just as well. We are also going to cube that. We are going to need 6 cloves of garlic that is minced. And then we are also going to need 9 tablespoons of miso paste. I got this miso paste at Wegmans. You could also get it at Tops or the Asian food market, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper. As far as the utensils that we're going to need today, you're going to need a nice big pot for your soup. You're going to need some measuring cups, a whisk, a spatula, and either a cheesecloth or some paper towels to help get the moisture out of your tofu. I'm going to start by turning my stove on. I'm going to make sure that nobody's near me, or if they are, I'm going to let them know that the stove's going to be on and it's going to be hot. We're going to turn it on to about medium. I measured out 4 cups of water, and we're going to pour it right into our pot and start to let that get hot. Alright, I just measured out 4 cups of warm water. You want to make sure that your water is warm because we are going to start to dissolve our miso paste in this warm water. So you can just go ahead, your 9 tablespoons are going to go in there. And that's where your whisk is going to come in. You're going to use your whisk, and you're going to whisk it on up. You want to make sure that all of your paste has dissolved into the warm water. You're going to see that the water is also going to turn kind of like a light yellow from the color of the miso. You definitely want it to turn color a little bit. And once you see that all of your miso has dissolved into your water, you're also going to pour this into your pan so it can start getting hot. So your next step is going to be to prepare your tofu. If you've never used tofu before, it typically comes in water, so it really absorbs any type of liquid that you cook it in. So in order to get it prepared for our soup, we are actually going to want to get all of the water, or as much as water as we possibly can, out of it, because we want it to, it's like a sponge. We want it to kind of soak up all the flavors of our soup, rather than just be flavored like water. So if you have a cheesecloth at home, you can use a cheesecloth. It's a cloth that has little holes in it. You would take your tofu, put it in here and squeeze over the sink or over a trash can, and that's going to help to get all the water out. Or if you don't have a cheesecloth at home, a paper towel does the trick. So you're just going to take it out, cut it into chunks, which I've already done here. And you can actually just put it in between 2 pieces of paper towel and lightly press down. You don't want to push too hard because then it's going to start to crumble your tofu, and you don't necessarily want it to crumble. You just want it to keep shape and get dry. So you're just going to blot with as many paper towels as you need to get all of that moisture out. Just keep continuing until you do that. Alright, so we have our water and our dissolved miso paste inside of our pot. We are going to go ahead and add all of the other ingredients. We have our garlic here. We are going to add our seaweed. The seaweed looks like paper now, but once it absorbs all the moisture from the liquid that's inside the pot, it's going to start to get a little bit more bendy and kind of look like more of the seaweed that you might see in the ocean. We're going to add our green onion. And then very lastly, we are going to add our tofu. Now that everything is in here, we are going to give it a stir. Season lightly with just a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to do about 3 pinches. You can do it to your own taste. It's always good to taste food as you make it, so you can go ahead and try it yourself, see if it needs more, see if it needs less. And just continue to stir. It really only needs to cook for about 5 minutes, and then it's done. Everything will be hot. But once again, the longer that you cook it, the more flavor development you're going to get, which means the more flavor that's really going to soak up into your soup. So if you'd like more flavor, you're going to want to cook it longer. That tofu is going to soak up all that garlic and all that green onion. So just let your pot simmer. Again, only 5 minutes, but the longer you cook it, the longer it will develop that flavor. So we're just gonna leave this on for a little bit longer. All right, our soup has been cooking for at least 5 minutes. This is what it is going to look like. It is a nice broth soup. You're gonna see your green onions in there, the tofu, and the seaweed. And as soon as it has cooked to your liking, you are going to grab a bowl, grab a ladle, and scoop yourself out a bowl of this nice miso soup. Alrighty, our miso soup is done. We hope you enjoyed making it. Thank you for coming to another edition of Easy Eats for Everyone, where cooking should be easy and fun for everyone. We'll see you next time.